Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. Now, one of the things we got to be aware of right now as you're listening to me, the water level in the St. Lawrence in our area is very, very high. And I know I'm getting ready for the pike opening May 1st. And that's a time for me that's almost like Christmas for me. That's a big time when I can finally get out and just do my thing again, which I love so much. But the high water is going to make a big difference on where these fish are. You know, I have my own little bays and little ponds and areas that I normally wade. The water may be too high for me to be able to safely wade in those areas. I have to get out to the edge of the cattails or the edge where I can cast and get out to the main water. And if it's too deep at the end where it's above my chest, where my chest waders, and of course I'm not going to go all the way up to the top of my chest, but let's say waist deep, then those waters I'm not going to be able to fish the same. I'm going to need a different choice of areas to go, or I'm going to need a boat or canoe to get out into those waters. The other thing that you need to be aware of with these high waters is the fish activity and choice of location is going to change depending on how high that water is or how low it is. If the water's high, it's going to be covering some prime structure that can be a good feeding area, a good safety area for the forage and for the prey. And so some of the big fish may be back up in there where you might be able to fish that they wouldn't be if the water is lower. It will have an impact on their location. It also has an impact on how easily you can fish these waters. As far as the tributary streams, that's a different thing. The St. Lawrence may be really high, but if we have days where it doesn't rain much, the other tributaries that come in to the St. Lawrence, like the Oswegatchie in Ogdensburg, like the Grass River in Messina, these places may be low enough where you can actively and successfully be able to present your baits, present your lures. You know, in the Oswegatchie River, there'll be so many walleyes that come into there. A lot of them are small. And you have the problem a lot of times that the boaters will be right in the same water where you want to cast from shore. But with all that said, and I can't solve that problem, the one thing that if the water isn't too high, you'll be able to present your baits a lot better from shore, especially. If the boaters are in there, they can troll back and forth, and they can be more successful in higher water. But if the water is real high in the tribs, it can be more difficult to fish. Don't care where you are. But if the water's down a bit, you could have some banner fishing right now, fishing that you won't have any other time of the year. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.